Welcome to the Discovering Your Calling podcast, where we have conversations about designing your work and life to create sustainable success for ambitious, entrepreneurial-minded women. Hi, I'm Sherry Miter, a Clifton Strengths coach and strategist who helps women align their strengths, work, and vision for their life so they can pursue excellence without exhaustion. And we are about to step into season 6 of the Discovering Your Calling podcast. And before we jump into this new season, I want to share a quick reflection and where my thoughts are and my mind is for you for this next season. You see, over the past several seasons of this podcast, we've talked a lot about discovering your calling. How understanding your strengths, reflecting on your work you're meant to do, and of course, thinking about what might be next in your career or business. But something I've noticed recently through my work with clients and through many of the conversations we've had here on the podcast is that discovering your calling is really just the beginning. The deeper questions start to emerge once you begin to understand the work you're meant to do. Questions like, how do I build this in a way that's sustainable? How do I use more of my natural gifts and talents? How do I design my work and life so they support each other instead of constantly competing for my time and energy? And that's really what this next season of the podcast is going to be about. Now, who is this season for? I'm designing this season for you if you're questioning your career. And despite the success you've had, you sometimes find yourself wondering if there might be something more you're meant to do with the next few decades of your life, because you know what you're currently doing isn't in alignment with what you really desire. It's also for you if you already believe that the work you're doing, maybe it's the business you've built, is part of your calling, but you're realizing the way you're currently doing it isn't sustainable and it isn't fully utilizing the gifts and talents you bring to the table. And this season is also for you if you genuinely love the work you're doing, but you know you're ready to step into the next level of leadership to have more impact or influence with greater clarity and confidence. If any of that resonates with you, I think you're really going to enjoy the conversations we're going to have in this next season. And what are those conversations going to be about? Here's what we're going to talk about. In this season, we're going to explore what it really looks like to design your work and life in a way that creates that sustainable success. We'll talk about things like how your strengths shape the work you're meant to do, what happens when success starts to feel misaligned, why so many ambitious women experience exhaustion even when they're doing the work they care about. We're going to talk about what it means to pursue excellence without that exhaustion, and how to think more intentionally about what might be next for your life, your leadership, your business, and the impact you want to make. You're also going to hear some new voices on the podcast this season. I'll be bringing in experts who can share insights and strategies to help you build what's next in your life and work with excellence. Whether you're a small business owner, an entrepreneur, or a leader, there's going to be somebody here giving you expert advice besides me. And from time to time, I'll also be sharing live coaching conversations so you can hear what these transitions and decisions actually sound like as women think through their next career or get guidance on their natural talents and strengths. My hope is that these conversations give you both inspiration and practical insights as you think about your own journey. And if you'd like to continue these conversations beyond the podcast, I've also created a new community on Facebook called the Calling and Clarity Collective. Say that 3 times fast. So the Calling and Clarity Collective, Strengths, Leadership, and Sustainable Success. And my hope is that it becomes more than just another Facebook group. Nobody wants one of those, right? What I'm really imagining is that this will become a place and a space where thoughtful, ambitious women like you gather. Almost picturing like meeting at our favorite cafe for a good cup of coffee and meaningful conversations about the work we're building, the life you're designing, and what might be next. It'll be mutual conversations we have together. But also inside that community, I will be hosting a couple of live conversations each month, doing a little bit of live coaching, and occasionally offering workshops that will help you think more intentionally about your strengths, your leadership, and sustainable success, and what that means for you. But more than anything, it's simply a place to continue the conversation that starts here on the podcast with other women who are also thinking deeply about their next chapter. Because that's something I hear often. The women I work with are at a different level, and they want to be surrounded by other like-minded women. Iron does sharpen iron. So if that sounds like a space you'd enjoy being part of, I'd love to have you join us. I'll include the link in the show notes. But you can also just look for Calling and Clarity Collective, Strengths, Leadership, and Sustainable Success. And I will welcome you inside the podcast or the Facebook group. So as we begin this next season, my friend, my hope is that these conversations help you think more intentionally about the work you're building, the life you're designing, and the impact you want to make in the years ahead. Because discovering your calling is really just the beginning. And the deeper question is, how will you choose to live it? And in our next episode, we'll begin exploring a question that sounds simple, but it's actually deeper than most people think. What does it even really mean to live your calling? So I can't wait to take this journey with you. I love that you're here with me every week or every month when a new episode goes live. And I hope you will join me inside the Facebook community because this is the best decade of your life. Let's get ready to step into it together. Thank you for spending this time with me. My hope is something you heard today inspires you to take action toward discovering your calling. I just have two favors to ask of you before you go. One, if you found value and enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and you might hear your review read on a future episode. And two, can you share this episode with 3 friends who will also enjoy it as much as you did? By doing these things, you will help us grow the podcast to make a bigger impact on the world. And until next week, remember, you've been created to live a life of fulfillment, freedom, purpose, success, and joy. Do you ever feel like you've checked all the boxes of success, but deep down you still wonder, is this really it? You're not alone. And that's exactly why I wrote Discovering Your Calling, the Ambitious Woman's Guide to Finding Fulfillment, Freedom, Impact, and Joy. One reader said, "This book is more than just a career guide. It's a catalyst for transformation." Another called it empowering, insightful, and exactly what ambitious women need. Inside, I'll walk you through 8 powerful phases or waypoints to help you uncover your strengths, reignite your dreams, and finally create a career and life that feels like it was designed for you. Don't keep drifting. Don't keep settling. Your calling is waiting, and this book will show you how to claim it. Grab your copy of Discovering Your Calling today, available now on Amazon.